So today at Design a Brighter Future, I've been discussing the benefits of daylighting and our connection as human beings across evolution to daylighting, and about getting back to basics and understanding the intrinsic value of daylight in our built environment and how important it is to retain it now and not just to use contemporary and new technologies to replicate or simulate it. What I've been talking about a little bit today is just the human aspects of daylighting and how we're so connected to it across our sort of 24-hour diurnal cycle, and how it's linked to not just our visual perception but also to there's a non-visual aspects of daylighting, how it affects our chemistry and how it regulates melatonin production, and it's really important for us being able to slow down at night and actually rest overnight, which is very important for how our bodies work.
Daylighting is just so fundamental to the way the classrooms come together. The notion of having a windowless classroom is just something that I personally couldn't comprehend as an architect. It's the well-being of children within the space, it's the ability to connect a classroom to the outdoor environment. It's fundamental to everything that we do, and the structure of a classroom essentially evolves around a natural and passive design to teaching space. The benefits that daylighting in a well-lit classroom space can offer, it's coming down to attainment within the classroom, the ability to concentrate, the ability to stay active within a kind of learning environment. I think all stems from as I say, the kind of passive and naturally lit environment that the kids are in. So if we can design a school that offers that sort of environment to be in, hopefully you're going to see attainment levels rise, you're going to see attention spans increasing, you're going to see children more active in the delivery of the curriculum.
There's some great benefits in terms of retention of staff, in terms of health and well-being, people not being off sick, just people's productivity, in terms of different times of the day. If there's good light levels, their speed at which they can actually do things, and their probability rate in terms of having less mistakes. So there's a lot of research and circulation now, and it's bringing that to the client and explaining you can market your building if they're leasing a building on the basis that this is a health and well-being building, and that people who come and work here are really going to see the benefits in terms of having a very productive and very happy workforce. There is a tendency in the industry at the moment with the advent of LED lamp sources being used, probably as one of the main lamp sources now, and it's definitely here to stay. It provides a lot of benefits in terms of energy efficiency. It's an extremely efficient type of light source. However, there are drawbacks around how it's produced. Some of them have heavy metals, and it's certainly not in terms of its spectral distribution and actual intensity it creates. And how the light actually enters the eye, it does not behave the same way as daylighting. And although it can be simulated to sort of give the impression of changes of colour, temperature and intensity, it doesn't actually have the true value that the non-visual aspects of natural light affect our body.
A good learning space, I think it needs a few component parts. First, looking at the geometry of the classroom, so it's making sure it's not too deep. Kids are always close enough to the external envelope of the building and have a relationship with the landscape. It's making sure you've got a well-designed and ergonomic classroom in terms of furniture layout and arrangement. It's making sure you've got the ability to kind of see over the kind of flexible spaces that occur within a school. So you're getting the chance to, I guess, see the journey through a building, and obviously you're part of a bigger whole, part of a kind of landscape setting. One of our more recent projects, a project in Greenock, which is a small nursery school building, which we talked about in the conference there, directly applied the VELUX roof lights at the centre of the plan. So it aided our ventilation strategy. You've got cross flow across the space. Obviously all the windows are automated, so you get the chance to get that cross flow working in a very user-friendly format. We've linked it in with the automated blinds, so you can control the quality of light that's coming in the space. They've almost become the kind of feature component part of this nursery building. Staff like them, staff find them easy to use. Children are benefiting from the fact you've got a really naturally lit and a kind of creative play space to be in. So it's a product that we've been very keen on, and one that's been easy to integrate within our design solution.
I'm really happy to be back again supporting this event. I think it's a really crucial event to discussing a very important aspect of the built environment, daylighting and ventilation. And I know since the last event I did, I've had a lot more discussion with local architects about the benefits of daylighting, and I do believe it's helped people understand what they can ask and to have a more open forum and discussion about this. And I think this event was even more successful than the last time, which is great and very encouraging that more and more people are really starting to have a level of concern that's making them wake up and think, you know, what could I be doing from my role and my project to help with this? So it's all very encouraging.
I hope they went away with a greater awareness of the benefits of daylight and why it's important to get it into buildings, and that the health of building occupants is perhaps not given the weight that it should be.
Discussions this morning, hugely interesting. More often than not, you can find yourself starting to work in a silo, particularly when projects are under pressure. The ability to step out of the office and actually speak to other disciplines and other professionals about, you know, exactly what daylighting can bring in terms of a quality environment is certainly something I'll feed into the work that we've been doing. And hopefully what we've been able to demonstrate is that these lessons are beginning to filter through our projects as well. So if we can open up eyes to, you know, the kind of funding clients and those that are commissioning these buildings to, first of all, the architecture can bring, but the science that sits behind that, it's got to be of huge benefit. So a worthwhile morning.